a lot of value with our 2026 Moringa Business Planning Workshop. And we have a Find Your Purpose workshop as well, hosted by Catherine Marquez. She's here with us. So I'm going to do the first 30 minutes. I have my presentation, and then we have a presentation with Catherine here coming up in about 30 minutes or so. So let me just make sure everybody can hear us. So if I turn this on, make sure this is good. Anybody have a presentation? Yep, sound is good. Thanks. Tiffany's here. Thanks for coming to the workshop. We have a live audience, so we're hanging out. This week, we're going to announce our winners here in a second from last week. But this week, if you text us, you can text seeds, and we'll send you 100 free seeds. Text 813-696-6676. And we would put your name in a hat, and we'll have a drawing next Saturday. So text seeds this week. Text seeds to 813-696-6676 to win seeds. Let me make sure everything is good. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hey, welcome. Karen's in the house, as well as Stephanie. Thanks a lot. Welcome. Welcome, team. So let's have a drawing. This last week, we've been promoting powder. So we have a 4-ounce powder. So we're going to be giving away a 4-ounce powder. Let's see who we got. All right, we got one here. Oh, Carrie. Carrie is our powder winner. Carrie is going to get a pack of powder. Actually, let me make sure I put powder on here. Great. Thanks a lot, Carrie. One more. Let's just do one more. Who gets another 4-ounce? Let's see. Oh, I don't even want to look. I gotta be there. See in there. All right. Oh, one more. Let's see who this is. Derek. Derek is also one of our winners too for powder. But we'll hook our guests up today. Everybody here gets a sample for sure. So no worries. All right. So we got our winners from the show. Let me know if you guys are here. We got some people coming in. Welcome, everybody. So I'm going to pull up a presentation here that I've started for our Moringa Business Planning Workshop. So I'll just pull it up here, and we'll go ahead and share screen here in a second. Let me see if I can do, if I do presentation mode. What I'll do is I'll share screen, which will be this screen here, right? And so you guys see that screen, and then I'm going to do from the beginning. So let me see what you guys see here. Oh, good. You guys are seeing the second screen here. So we got a few slides. I'm going to talk a little bit more about my story, of course, but we want to get into your future Moringa business. We have several people here actually that have been with us for a few years and have some of their businesses already going. So they're ready to see what's the next key thing that can help them really scale this year. So let's see here. I'll move this. One of the things that you want to consider to expand your reach and potential is to find a partner. Maybe work with somebody, a family member, but go in on this business together so when you start to have somebody to hold you accountable. One of the first things that I've craved as a business owner when I first started this Moringa business was who could I partner with? Who could I give part of this business to work with me in growing this company? And even if it doesn't work out, even if that business doesn't work out, you're going to be able to take the knowledge that you have from that partnership and do better and make better choices in the future. So it becomes easier when you align with somebody, plus you have somebody to talk to about all these ideas that you guys are getting out, and you have to figure out which direction you're going. If you are a person for the people, meaning you are like a people person, then one of the things that you would want to do is maybe focus on partnering with a coach or a wellness influencer or even an herbalist. Find out maybe a doctor or a health physician or somebody who you might be able to team up with who might not be necessarily like a partner in the business, but maybe a partner that's going to buy your Moringa, like a contract, you know, somebody that you could turn to and say, this person's going to buy $100 for me every single month, you know, and then as you do that, get 100 of those, because then that's going to have 100 customers are literally going to make your living. And if you're somebody for the animals, if you are somebody who is, say, like an animal person, then start building relationships with farmers and feed stores and go to producers of landscaping materials and nurseries and farmers markets. Meet the farmers that are actually in your neighborhood. Get their cards and go to their websites and see if you can go to their farm. This is how I have had so many people come to me over the years from the farmers market. 5 years later, I haven't even been to a farmer's market in 5 years, and I'm still connecting every day with people from my first 5 years at the market. It's been huge, a huge asset to maintain relationships. Partnerships is key. Then one of the things that you would want to do is enable yourself and empower yourself and others through this purpose that you're finding out today. So everybody should be having some notes and taking notes, have their phones out, their notepads out, trying to figure out what comes to mind, like what is your purpose? Getting clarity is going to be key in finding your purpose. But when hitting the ground and actually achieving that goal, you have to have systems, things in place. Like I know this tech thing is an issue. It is with me every single day. I'm pushing, fighting, and things are always breaking and shutting down, and I'm getting locked out and new passwords. I get it. It's a huge, huge thing for us as well. But one of the things that changed my life at 5 years into this business, I got a CRM. And I've had the CRM now for about 4 years, and I've been able to grow exponentially. Let's just say I had 5,000 emails. Now we've got about 30,000 emails. So it took me 5 years to get 5,000 emails, but it only took me a few more years to get 30,000 emails.
So what's a CRM?
A CRM is short for Customer Relations Management. CRM. It's a software service that helps you to bundle all of your contacts, data, sales, and appointments and calendar all in one place. And that's actually what this business has now grown to. Because we're a business of making businesses, we are selling the service of selling. What I'm saying is your business is in the business of selling Moringa, but I'm also able to sell the service that's going to help you sell. And that's called SaaS, selling as a service. So when I learned out the business model of starting off with products, that made me my first $1 million. But as I grew in this business, I wanted to help more businesses. And so that became selling as a service. So teaching people how to have a business is now my business model. And so I got a CRM, but now I activated agency mode in my mind. And I said, I want to be an agency. I want to be a marketing and advertising agency for other Moringa businesses. I have the ability to give you a CRM. My CRM allows me to sublet that same software for you. And we call that Growth OS. So I have that service. It's $97 a month. But essentially with that service, you have a CRM, and I can help you build your websites, get your contacts in all in one place. That way, if you have a text, right now, I sent 25 text messages at 10 a.m. automatically. And I asked them a question. Do you want to call back? I have 5 messages already right now to call back this afternoon because I had 5 out of those 10 people say yes to wanting a call back from me. In 1 hour from now, I have another 25 text messages going out automatically. Hey, do you want to get a call back from me? But the reason why this has happened is because when I'm looking at the numbers and we've made $20,000 in a month and we're at $8,000 for the month, why? It's because I haven't been on the phone enough. I haven't talked to enough people this month. You've got to talk to a lot more people to get to the scale of having money flowing in from multiple resources. So consider yourself as a sponge right now. You want to learn as much as you can so that way you can become a teacher. When you start learning this stuff, oh man, look at my tree. Look how excited you are. Make a video. And then you have content. 5 years from now, you're going to look back at all your process and say, wow, I might actually have a a YouTube video here or something, maybe we could piece these things together, do like a before after transformation, you know what I'm saying? Like those videos hit huge. So consider yourself as a professor, a teacher, get to become that expert level in this industry so you can help more people. And if you're somebody that's like a plant person, then one of the things that you could do to start your business today is fermenting fresh moringa leaves. So take the fresh moringa leaves and ferment them and to make a plant juice. That plant juice is going to allow you to see if you spray it on other plants, then it's like a fertilizer. And oh my goodness, did you know that fertilizer companies are billion-dollar companies? They're huge companies. But in this case, this is a petroleum-free fertilizer soil amendment that if you attract farmers, you might get $100,000 contract with one guy that buys all of your supply. Mm-hmm. That you're making this fermented plant juice in gallons and gallons and totes, and get your barrels stocked up so that way people can use it that same day. Have a delivery service where you make the fermented plant juice and in the afternoon you're applying it on Tom and Betty's backyard. This is a huge plant business that I've been thinking of for many, many years. So in order to build your Moringa dream, stick to the dream. Focus on the dream. Don't worry about everything in between. Just get your mind in the dream state. Have fun, pretend and play. And so your purpose is going to loosely line up with the product that you're thinking. What product do you right now consume the most of Moringa? That might be the business.
Camera.
What's that?
Camera.
Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes they don't want to hear us saying good stuff, so they will restrict us. And you can't silence the people. So we're back. And what this is going to do is, if you're thinking about the thing that you consume the most, turn that into, say, like your first product. Say if you really like the powder, you could turn that powder product into something that you have a lot. You're able to talk about that. Look, I've got this sitting right here because my goal and my dream is make $1 million from tea. I just want to make $1 million this year from Moringa tea. That's my, because I just want to put fresh Moringa, I just want to put leaves in a bag. How easy is that? It's unprocessed. If somebody says if I have powder, I would say, no, I just have leaves in a bag. You can make the powder. If somebody says, do you have supplements? I could say, no, I don't. I just have leaves in a bag, but you can make the supplements, but I have it in high quantities and really good quality and a really good price. But you can say no to having 100 different products. So one of the things that I did about 4 or 5 years ago is I considered thinking about how could I get someone on a recurring revenue stream with me? How could I get them to automatically spend $20 a month with me, $30 a month with me? Mm-hmm. So what we do is we say, if this package is $20, if you want to get on a recurring revenue stream or revenue with me, an automatic payment, I could sell this to you for $15 a month. So normally it's 20, but I'll sell it to you. If you get on this Stripe automatic payment thing for me, I'll have it automatically shipped to you for $15 a month. That automatic thing, I wake up with already $100, $200, $300 in the bank from them already signing up with a automatic payment coming out, and that order gets automatically put into my system. Once I wake up, we've already got 5, 6, 7 orders from the subscription model. Mm-hmm. So consider thinking about a subscription model. Farmers do that, and that's called a CSA. So the farmer's subscription model is bundles. We have this bundle package, right? So this subscription model could be so where, like for us, we have a few people on this subscription where they get this every month because they're really, really good growers and they grow a lot and they spray a lot. They'll get this box for $75. It's a $75 box. They'll get it for like $60 a month because it's $75 by itself, but it's $60 with the subscription. So consider having your pricing model is going to be really important for, starting to track your revenue streams and profit margins. Okay. One of the things that we're doing here, our next step here is to get into the biostimulant business deeper, to install a biostimulant production facility here. We need $27,000 for this plant essentially to come to fruition. And we're raising the funds and we're offering a lender's agreement with that. So there's interest involved with participating in this fund. We've already raised $73,000 from the fund. Here, it's to develop this property so that way we can make $50,000 a month from the property. And so we're almost there. So we've raised about 73,000 so far this year, and we're looking for another 27. So that way we can finish out the biostimulant production facility. We've already closed on the property. We've already renovated the store, and we've already done really great things on the property, getting bobcats and things like that here and developing the farm. So we would love for you to participate in the 100K Farm Fund. And reach out to us if you want to ask any more questions about that. Urgency. I have this constant feeling like we've got to get going. We've got to get moving. Timing. Farmers have to go with the timing of the seasons. So right now, did somebody just come in? Anybody can call? Yeah, they can just come right in. Hopefully we have some chairs here.
It's the mailman.
Oh, the mailman? Oh, nice. Come on in, mister. Have a seat. Oh, we ordered boxes. So he's coming to drop off some boxes. He'll just set them right here. So move swift, take action. I've already been doing this for 10 years. We actually have some assistants that have been here with us for 5 years. And so they're coming back into the field and they're saying, wow, look how much this has grown. They're really hopping in on this and seeing the business side of this. Even though they've been growing and it took them a couple of years to grow, now it's like, okay, now we can really put our business glasses on and see what's really the next step for us to scale. So taking action, I can help fast track your success. If you want to partner with me, that would really be a great option, because I'm going to help you to find out what is your lane. If you really want to focus on people, or if you want to focus on pets, or if you really want to focus on plants, we want to just start you off in a lane to get you started. You might pivot and shift a month from now, but that's what it takes, is to consistently say you're in the bracket of Moringa. Where are you finding your niche within this niche, essentially? And don't hesitate to launch your first product, whether it's seeds or it's trees or it's buying in wholesale and just having it at a very affordable price to be able to offer it to friends and family. We have a marketing and advertising assistant. It's called the Moringa Map. This map allows our members to market and advertise, on this map. So when somebody calls me and says, hey, do you know somebody out there in Polk County or in another city or another state? I say, yeah, just go to the map and give them a call. Because I've got a lot of things that I'm working on right now. And if you are in that area and you want to connect with that member, I saw value in giving other people business. I saw early on the value of just saying, yeah, like just shop with them. That way I didn't necessarily have to go through all that process of processing it, drawing it. I already have 50 orders right now in the queue. So it's like, how can I help other people at the same time as I'm growing and building my business? There's so much opportunity in business out there. People are calling left and right. Do you know somebody in my area? Do you know somebody in my area? Because they just want to do this. They just want to do this here and hang out and see and actually feel and smell the place and see the tools. And so know your strengths. If you're a people person, if you're not a people person, and if you're a pet person, that's kind of like those three brackets that I kind of am starting with. And consider if you're more of a logical right-hander, or like me, a creative left-hander, and kind of doing things a little bit more against the grain, or if you'd like to have much more systems in place, like an engineer's mind versus an architectural mind. And so these questions that I'm hoping you guys are asking yourself: what kind of person are you? What kind of personality do you have? And then try to pick your market. Which market and who are you talking to? Who is the person that is going to buy from you? For me, a long time, it was single family homeowners. single family homeowners, do you have a backyard? Do you have a backyard? That was my first bracket because that consists of millions of people. And I just said every single video, do you have a backyard? And then went to a new message. Do you have a backyard? And then went to another message. Do you have a backyard? And I did that for like a year to 2 years. And that was just my market at the time. I focused on that one market, and all the people with backyards, follow, subscribe. So that way, most of my customer base or most of my follower base are homeowners. Because then if you end up partnering up with another company, hey, followers, do you happen to have a problem with your HVAC system? Because now you've maybe become an affiliate with somebody else in their company, maybe an HVAC guy. But then you know that your followers all have homes. And that's what I'm kind of saying, is that there's ways to kind of like get the following and get the people in your network. So that way then you can start to offer them great things. The product that you choose, align it with your lifestyle, as I mentioned. If you're a people person, consider becoming a teacher, a Moringa teacher. I'm looking for teachers, and we pay members who will teach classes for us. Become a practitioner, a healer, an influencer of some sort, like a content creator, or consider buying wholesale and opening a store, a retail store. If you're an animal person, talk to more farmers and people that are growing food, permaculturalists, agriculturalists. Get and subscribe to those newsletters and magazines. And then if you're a plant person, talk to the seed companies, the tree companies, the nursery companies, the plant people. Go hang out at all of your local nurseries and see the cool people that are there, and just find out more businesses and go to businesses. When I first started, I was painting my van on the beach, and I put plant nursery, Numa Nursery, on my van. And it just so happened that this property from that day were the people that said, hey, you have a plant nursery? This property. From 10 years ago, I met them at the beach because they happen to have a plant nursery. Why? Because I was just being myself, doing my thing, a little quirky, a little out there, you know, a little artist, like painting. Who's this guy with his shirt off and long hair painting his van at the beach? And like, you have a plant nursery? Like, no, it's just in my head. But that brought me here. That opportunity has led to this day in this property from those people that I met that day. So
like the story where you were planting seeds on other people's property.
Yes.
For nothing.
And exactly. And that's how I started too, was I started planting seeds or trees for free. They're like, what? I'm offering a service of planting this moringa tree for a limited time. I'm going to plant 100 moringa trees for free. And of course, when I planted 100, I said, I'm going to plant 100 moringa trees more. And I planted another 100 trees. I'm going to plant another 100 trees. But it's essentially what I did was, why are you planting these moringa trees for free? You should be charging for the tree and charging for the thing. And I said, nah, I'm on the back end. I'm going to make thousands of dollars from that tree because I've asked that person if I can go ahead and harvest that tree. So I didn't have to pay for the taxes. I didn't have to buy that property. I just got the keys to that property, and I can call them and come on in and have tea and biscuits and harvest the trees for free, just by putting that idea of giving and gifting and helping. That was the biggest thing. And then I was able to turn that into a business and say, you know what? Okay, I planted enough for free. Let's see if I can turn this into a viable business. Let's charge $100. And that turned into allowing me to get a store and get a van and all the other things. So, all right, we're about halfway there. So the new way of thinking is that your future business needs future thinking. Thinking tech, thinking possibly the future of farming. What does that mean? Systems, automations. And the old thinking got you here, but the new thinking is going to get you there for this next generation of farmers. When you're marketing, instead of buy my capsules, it's I help people take control of their health. Instead of buy my seeds, it's I'm building more growers in my region. This is the messaging in your content. You're not saying, hey, buy my seeds. You're saying, hey, I'm building more growers. who grows food in my area? Well, those people who grow food in your area, guess what they buy? They buy seeds. So you're going to the back end result. You're redesigning your, what is that term where you re-engineer the thing that you're trying to get to, like the UFO, and you're trying to find the technology that's in the UFO. So you back engineer it, right? That's what we're saying, is that you're not saying the thing, you're selling the dream outcome. And that is essentially the key and the secret to marketing. Instead of buy my fertilizer, I'm helping farmers to reduce toxic chemical dependency. Those farmers who are using those products are going to reach out to you. How are you helping farmers reduce their toxic? Then you can tell your story. Then you have a chance to possibly get on a call. Then you say, maybe we can meet up. Let me see what you're working with. This is the opportunity that is at your doorstep. If you just made Moringa your thing and said, that's it, we're doing it, we're doing this is it. And you just said that, and you did something. Like for me, I did a ritual, where I said, I fasted for 30 days, and I said, you know what? I ended my 30 days. I said, if I made Moringa my life purpose and to teach people about Moringa and get it more out there, will you take care of me in that way, spiritually, financially, physically, health-wise, everything? And I got the answer. And here I am 10 years later, and this is the only thing that I talk about. This is the only thing really that I focus on. But I had to make that decision and say, this is it. This is it. So is Moringa going to be your it? Is it going to be the thing? We were just talking about the plant nursery and starting your plant nursery and getting your top 5. Just focus on 5. If you're a plant nursery person, you're not sure if Moringa is your only thing, do Moringa and 4 other things. That's it. Then over the next year, if you find out, do the numbers. What was your best seller? What was the thing that you got the most questions? What was the thing that you found that you ran out the most? Then get rid of the other 4 and just focus on that one thing. I bet you it's Moringa, because there's so many different opportunities within this space. If you just say you're focusing on Moringa, somebody's going to ask you for the seeds, the tea, the powder, the oil. Hey, I heard that you can make spice and capsules, trees, supplements, extracts, but it's all still Moringa. Let's prepare. I know the word war might have a negative connotation, but it's really competition in your aura for fighting for living. It's the war to live. And with that, when it's very calm and peaceful outside, then that gives you the time to prepare. And so always being ready for war. I'd rather be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in a war. And that's what I'm saying, is be the warrior in the garden. And when the conditions get tough, like we went through hurricane after hurricane after hurricane, I was out of power for 2 weeks. I thought I was gonna goner. I thought I was Dorothy, and I was flying out of this place. And it's been year after year, hit after hit, freeze after freeze, flood after flood. But I'm resilient because I chose. First of all, the decision was right with Moringa first. It wasn't basil. It wasn't carrots. It wasn't potatoes. It was Moringa. That's what the first decision caused it to be resilient to begin with. So that way I could pivot when something was crumbling down, like a frost took out my whole field. Well, then I could say, well, it's all good because I could still make $10,000 this month from seeds. I could still make another $10,000 this month from animal pellets. And I'm not stuck on having only fresh greens. I'm still in the Moringa space, but I have different products that help me to float at different times of the year. So like in the summer, I'm doing a lot of harvesting and selling fresh greens. In the winter, I'm selling seeds and the idea of getting trees started on your kitchen table in the wintertime. So I have different times of the year that we're focusing on different messages. Making the pivot essentially is a theme that we've been talking this today, because if you chose Moringa, you can vertically integrate throughout your business to be able to adapt to these disasters and things that happen. The economy is not good. The feds won't drop the rates. When to buy, and it's when to grow today. That's what I'm saying. When's a good time to plant a seed? Right now, no matter where you are, you just have to recreate the conditions that Moringa likes. So get a heating pad, get a light, get a fan, and you could do a sprouting Moringa microgreen anywhere like I have here. I'm sprouting 300 seeds on the table here. This is 100 seeds just inside here. 100 seeds, and it's going to take another week, but these are going to sprout inside here, 100 seeds. So I always have seeds all times of year just going. All right, moving through here. Freeze. It's all good. We're gonna focus on, oh, it's wintertime. Instead of selling trees and seeds, we're gonna sell fertilizers and biostimulants. And this is, if you're getting your business started, start with a plant nursery. Register your business as a plant nursery. That's the first step in registering your business. It's a plant nursery. What's the category? Plant nursery. So, Flo, if there's injuries and you can't do physical work, well, guess what? If you're knowledgeable about Moringa, you can sit in a chair and give a class and teach somebody about Moringa. All right, almost there. Anticipation, expected. I wake up like, oh, I know the $1,000 day is here. The $1,000 day is here, and I have that focus every day. I don't know if you see it, but I remind myself every day of that $1,000 day is going to change my life. And if I could do that tomorrow and the next day, and I catch myself when I get to 300, I'm like, oh, we're good. No, I was at 300 for 5 years. But that's what got me to 300 a day. I got to say, we're at 300 and I'm exhausted. We still have 700 to go. Who am I calling? Where do I pick up the phone? What text do I get back? What video do I make? Where do I go drop off? And where can I go pick up? I still have 700 more to go today. That's literally what I'm doing when I wake up every day. So there's more people today in the world than there were yesterday or 10 years ago. That means more mouths to feed, which means that this industry is not going away. It's only getting bigger. It's multi-billions and billions of dollars. So prepare yourself and consider, starting a brand or joining a brand and being a part of a brand. We have lots of processes and certifications that you can get, and that will help you to have a very, very high quality product. Eliminate the distractions to help you to protect your purpose. When somebody does have a new idea over here, and this, like, I'm on the phone yesterday and the guy's like, have you ever heard of cottonseed? It's got protein and this and that and this and that. Like, yeah, that's great. He's like, maybe you could do something with that. And I said, no, I can't. That'd be against my mission. I said that because you have to throw away all these other good ideas to keep the one good idea afloat, so that way you're not swirling around because of everybody else and their great ideas. Do you, boo? I'm going to do me. And I'm going to keep on going. So when somebody says, what about this product? And what about this product? And what about this product? I'm just trying to sell $1 million of dried leaves in a bag. But I have 100 other products because it is so like, well, I could really use the extract and I could really use the seeds and I could really use this. And it's all great stuff. But I'm doing it for a show to show you that there's a lot of opportunities. But me, my heart desire, and when this really pops off, because from 0 to a milli or 0 to 100,000, you have a strategy. From 100,000 to $1 million, that's where we're at right now with our strategy. But from $1 million to 100 million, all I'm doing is leaves in a bag, leaves in a bag. One thing over and over and over. The bigger you are, the more boring it gets. And that's why we get fast cars and boats. Because the bigger the business is, the more boring it is. You're just doing the same 5 things every day. Harvest, cut, wash, dry, bag. Take those 5 things, just put leaves in a bag. Put leaves in a bag. What are we going to do tomorrow? We're going to put these dried leaves in a bag. What are we going to do tomorrow? We're going to put these dried leaves in a bag. How? then that's the other things that you're doing. So you're having to, that day you might not be putting leaves in a bag, but it's getting to leaves in a bag at the end of the week and focusing on leaves in a bag. So we have a business plan we're going to share with you soon. And we'll do that probably on our next, we're going to do business plans for the rest of the year. We have a whole 4-week series of business plans, but we'll do more of that. And then think about your next 12 months. Focus on your next 12 months. Where are you going to be from now, 2025? Where will you be 2027? January 1st, 2027. Think of the next 12 months, lay that out, and put April 1st, plant 100,000 moringa seeds. And then finding your purpose is going to help you to connect to your tribe, and you as a human being will feel like you fit in this world because you have friends and family that are all talking the same things, health and wellness and trees. We have a good crew right here, amazing people that are always coming in here and visiting with me. And they're all plant people and people and just the people that I want to be around. I'm so happy that I've been able to attract that energy. Consider going to more masterminds. We have people here. Go to more workshops. Watch more of our channel. So subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't yet. Consider attending more events that are in the agricultural space. And consider expanding out your opportunity and thinking outside the box a little bit. And I would love to see you come by here. We're in Plant City. So we'd love to see you. If you need more information, you want to become a partner with us, a member, come to growmoringa.com. We have an amazing community waiting for you to connect, to grow into your next higher self. So that's where we will end here. We'll stop for a second and we will transition into our next presentation. Here, let me just make sure everything is good. Let me check the systems. Okay. Thanks a lot, everybody. Wonderful. Oh, it's popping. Oh, people are saying that this is so awesome. All right. Thank you. Thank you. This reframe is really helping people understand what's really going on. Thanks a lot. Okay. Catherine's going to come over here in a second. She's pretty much ready. We have everything. Debbie's here. Thanks a lot. Stephanie's here. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. Luisito is here.
I like the day that you told us about the tree.
Yeah.
You have to thank the tree every day.
Oh, yeah. The thanking of the tree when you harvest it. That's a big one that we do.
It's like hunting. You gotta thank them.
Yeah, we do that as well.
To thank.
All right, Catherine, you want to come? We're pretty much ready for you. We got a microphone for you.
I gotta move around a little bit.
Yeah, take a quick second. We've got some people here. We're just making a transition while we get into our next presentation. We can change the seat. You want to keep the seat? Okay. This one's yours, so if you can post this up. Yeah, we're live. Yeah. No, we can't turn it off, so.
Okay.
Yeah, just click it. Yep, there you go. Wherever you'd like, just be careful. Make sure the green light is green. Okay. And then let me go ahead and pull your presentation up here, and then we do full screen. Okay. And then I can also share screen here. We'll just take a second, see if there's any questions. People are going to, they're just taking a quick break. We're going to be talking about your purpose. Make sure everything is good here. Yeah, everything is good. Okay, beautiful. Thanks everybody for coming in. I'll just share this real quick. We'll just do the share screen and then you'll be ready to go.
Hi.
Okay.
Welcome.
Yeah, please. Not a problem. You won't be on screen or anything, so you're fine. Okay. All right, so we're going to pretty much get started. We have the purpose within with Catherine. Thanks, Catherine.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
the mic on? Yep. This mic is also on too, and this mic is also on.
The first one?
Yeah, it's here.
No,
Yeah.
it's not the first one.
Yeah, just be careful because this is actually.
Okay, post the number one, please.
Oh, sure. No problem. Over here, so I'll go like this. I'll make sure this is here.
Can you?
Escape.
Can't be serious, you know, this is.
Yes, let me stop share real quick. 1 second, everybody. We're going to get this presentation going.
We'll have food for the last of the light.
That's really my.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so we want to make sure we go to the first slide. There we go. And then expand.
Put together, so then they'll get back to us, then.
There it is, full screen mode. Okay, the purpose within. So it's just this button here to go over, I think. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so it's just those two buttons there. And then let me share screen again. So this is going to be on your, this is going to be full screen. So everybody's going to see that right there. Okay. Okay, we should be good now.
Yeah.
So this is what it looks like right now, but you'll see this in about 10 seconds. It'll transition over to your screen. But this is live, the live view right now. There it goes. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get started. Catherine's gonna start off with her purpose workshop. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Welcome back.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm really honored to be here. This is actually the first time that we are doing something together. So it's an honor and a pleasure to me to be here. Thank you so much for showing up and for your time and your energy. For sure. Thank you so much to Kendrick for opening this space to connect not just with Moringa beauty and purpose, but as well with our purpose outside of just business or something else. So thank you. Thank you just for being. So to honor, as I said, this day of beginnings, I want to go back to the very first moment where we arrived to this planet Earth. When we was a child, we arrived here just full of light, full of goodness and kindness, and we were so expressive and authentic at that time because our connection, our inner connection with our guidance or our inner voice was so aware, so activate, so my brain is so high. Because early in those times, in those years, we wasn't contaminated from the world. For all this belief that we have that we have to look like similar to somebody, or we have to do something that is the tendency in this moment, or we need to follow maybe the expectation of our family or our community or society. And through all that limited belief that we are creating in ourselves and carrying in our life, we start to disconnect from our inner voice and our inner truth. And sometimes when that happens for a long time, probably most of the people, many of us have been in the experience that maybe one day we wake up in a life that looked like really unfamiliar to us. Something like, it's not something that I really choose, but I don't know why I'm living this life, what this life tastes or feels so hard for me. And thankfully, I always like to say that everything is perfect as it is. And many people in life has found their purpose just through suffering, loss, even illness, and everything, all that darkness, everything is necessary for us to actually connect with what is our truth. Because as a human being, we came to this planet Earth just to discover, or no, better say, remember who we are just through the contrast of our experience. We need to know what is the darkness in order to understand what this life look like. How does that feel? And which one I like it better. So thankfully, all that uncomfortable situations and moment in our life will guide us to actually get to that uncomfortable moment and situation in our lives that we will take the decision of say, I cannot handle this anymore. Maybe there is something else for me. Maybe I can do something different than I have been doing all these years. And that moment is where these beautiful questions start happening in our life.
Give it 1 second. You might just take a second.
Okay. And is when that inner voice that stopped for a while start talking with us again and saying or asking yourself, why am I here? Why did I came? Can
Yeah.
I just
It just probably froze for a second just because it was sitting on it.
Just
Just
wanna
getting
go to
warm.
the
Just
next
getting
one?
warm. Yeah. I could probably just real quick. I might have to stop share. Hey everybody, we're back. And then click up here.
Mhm.
So is that the next one?
Yes.
Okay, good. So then we can just share it back again. And we'll get back to the share. Thanks, everybody. All right, should be back to the share.
Let me see if I can move it up.
Yeah. You might even just take the mouse and click on that screen.
I think so. Yeah. Very. Can be better.
Let me see. There it is there, and we'll go up. So then if you just keep it here, you might be able to just,
Okay.
maybe left click
Yeah,
is forward,
yeah,
what if right
yeah.
click is back?
No. It's just to
No.
the side. It's to the side. Put it to the side.
Oh, it is?
Uh-huh.
Is that back? Or is that forward? Oh, there we go. There you go. So actually that scroller, the scroller worked well. Use the scroller. Just use the scroller.
Let me find
Sorry,
the ones
careful,
here.
it's down here, so you have to just go up. There you go, it's up. Now just use the scroller. There you go.
Okay.
There you
Thank you.
go. Yes.
Appreciate that.
Yep.
So after all that uncomfortable moments in our life and meeting what is darkness or is not aligned with who we are, thankfully that inner voices start talking with us and communicate with us again. And it's when we ask ourselves, why am I here? Why did I came to this earth? And finally, what is our purpose? So to help us understand why it's so hard to find which one is our purpose, it's because we live in a life that everything runs so fast. We are so busy that we don't have so much time to, thankfully, many of us has achieved that point, but in general life, we don't have so much time to think like, let me just meditate about what is aligned with myself. It's not a normal thing to do all the time because family pressure, society pressure, or trying to find, just how they say, keep the lights on many times. So, but here is the truth. So this journey is not about finding your purpose. This is about to remember it. And how we remember is by looking inside, by searching deeply inside of us what is really aligned with yourself. Because the beauty of this is that every one of us have a specific, distinct, and unique light and talent to offer to this world. So the purpose is not a title. This purpose is not a job. It's not a skill. This is a frequency, and these have to feel really, really alive, and that's have to make you feel expanded and connected with your soul. So I like to call this the 3 doors of the purpose, and a little like a strategy to guide us to which one is our purpose is ask yourself or first go to the door of the healed pain. because no one guides better others than the people that have been through their own shadows, their own darkness, and overcome that. And in that way, you have a really powerful tools to help others. And that is like the final key of your purpose. And I will say later why. And the other door is the door of the joy. The joy is a sign to yourself that is telling you what you love to do. And what you love to do is what gives more light and make you feel and look bright and shining. And the third door is the door of natural impact. What comes to you so easy, and what is the thing that you do that everybody around you turn to you to ask for that because you are really good at. So your purpose always feels light, expansive, right? Even when this scares you, because at the beginning, when we are not like masters in that skill, that's natural skills that we have always to, get better and study and, grow ourselves, even when it's our talent. You have to just be brave and go there and be honest with yourself. So there is a little story about the lighthouse who didn't know it was a lighthouse. This a once upon a time there was a lighthouse in a quiet coast, but this lighthouse had a problem. This lighthouse didn't know, or nobody was turned on its light before, and he was so sad looking how the ships get lost in the fog, and he was thinking like, why cannot help? Why I cannot shine like the others lighthouse? And certain day, a little girl was passing by on the coast, and she saw that beautiful lighthouse didn't have the light turned on. And she just called into the lighthouse, desperate with that desire of help others. And she go through the stairs and climb the top and turn on that little button and turn on the light of the lighthouse. And for the very first time, the lighthouse saw itself. So wasn't that the lighthouse didn't have a purpose. It was that nobody else before helped the lighthouse to remember or to reconnect with their purpose that was inside of them. So from that day, the lighthouse realized that he cannot question itself for the things that are outside of him, but instead he started believing that no matter that even its light wasn't too bright, but was constantly guiding others and saving others to don't get lost in this world. So think a little bit, how can even your life or your own life look like if you start taking the decision of activate that. So I have a little activity that I want to share with you guys.
Great.
Yes.
So make sure the mics are good. Let me just make sure everything's good.
I want to give you a paper.
Yep, everything is good.
And you will.
Oh, great.
Yes. Thank you. You have one. One.
This is the moment. This is the moment where you cross that barrier.
Yeah. This looked like so, for many years for myself was so hard to understand and to find out that answer. For me, it was like, why am I alive? What I'm doing in this? Why hard? Because at some point, wasn't that I was like with so many troubles, but was the opposite phase. I had many things in life. I have many comfort and good things, material things around me, but I was feeling so empty. I was feeling that something was missing for me. So it's really, really hard, apparently, found with what is your purpose, but this is easier than what we think. So let's step in your inner light, and let's take a second just to make a little breathing exercise, just to calm down a little bit our heart. And let's inhale through your nose a little bit, like deeply. And hold it for a second, and slowly you exhale through your mouth. If you can, please repeat it again. Inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And let's ask the first question. That is, what do I love to do? Let's take like 45 seconds or 60 seconds, 1 minute to answer this question. The first question will be, what do I love to do? And what made me feel expanded and timeless? So take us a moment to write down that answer. At the end, we will use that answers to find which one is your purpose. The second question will be, what am I naturally good at? Because for sure, your purpose is aligned with your talents. Divinity sent us to this planet Earth with enough talents to come here and pride and show to the world why we came here. What is the reason that we have this human experience available for us? So the third will be, what comes easily to me to do? What is just easy? It's not just what you enjoy, what you are good at, but what comes easily to you and what the people turn to you. What version of myself feels more true? What is your truth? What pain have I healed or am I healing that could become medicine for others? This is really, really, really important. And what is one small step I can take this week toward living my purpose? So take a moment to answer that questions, and then we can just using that answers, the answer of that questions, you can now understand, take a moment connecting with your heart, and take a moment to understand by those answers what is your purpose. Because between that answer is the guidance, the manual, the bread crumbles that will guide you to your purpose. So you can write down, my purpose is to, can be just a word, can be a short sentence, can be just a little thing, but feel free to connect with that. So after that, just inhale and connect with your soul and repeat, my purpose is within me. I choose to be aligned. So to integrate all these ideas, I want to invite you to remember the door, the door of the three doors of the purpose. And remember that when the joy of your soul, your natural skills, natural impact on the world, and your healed pain align, your purpose or your past, align. Because your purpose is not a destination. It's not something that I will find outside. The purpose is a return. It's a return to your truth, to your inner voice, and to the light that has been always waiting for you. So the world doesn't need more perfect people. The world needs people, more light people, people that is aligned, people that has a purpose, people that is here to help others. Because at the end, the real reason or value about our life is being here to interact with others. It's impossible that a human being will exist without interaction with others human beings. Impossible. Nobody can even survive. So the actually idea of using your talents, your skills, your natural skills is to put it in service to others. Because when you turn on your inner light, your path illuminates. And when your path illuminates, by consequence, you will illuminate other people's path. And that is the real purpose of a human. So,
Yeah.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I hope these little tricks or little questions can help us to connect a little bit more with our purpose and what makes us feel happy and fulfilled. That is the idea of being in this human experience, just giving the best that we can give with our, I always like to say, with our limited consciousness, because even when we think that we are doing our best, probably it's not.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Always do that. Always do that.
And it's a pleasure to me be able to share this little knowledge with you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a great presentations.
I hope you like it.
Thanks.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for coming in. One of the things that I took from that was what everybody's calling me for is this business. Everybody was calling me, asking me the first 50 questions. And so if you want to get the first 50 questions, come into the Grow Moringa Collective members area, connect with us. We'll have more presentations from Catherine and myself. We're working together here at Grow Moringa Farms. We're in Plant City, open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we're working on connecting with you in your business for years and years to come. We're in the business of building bridges. And so we're constantly making new connections and would love to hear from you. Text this week, seeds, text the word seeds, SEEDS, to 813-696-6676. And we will connect with you here. Let's see, 1 second. Let's see, boom, boom. All right, Moringa Seeds, text seeds this week. Text seeds this week to win a free packet of seeds. 813-696-6676. Thanks a lot, everybody, for coming in, and we will see you. We'll probably be back on Monday or so. Have a great rest of your weekend. Peace and love.
Something that's one.
Right. I remember seeing this videos on